Real life stories by real life people, the transactional plenty of fish boyfriend. So I met a lad on Plenty of Fish. He lived in Stratford, East London, and I lived in Lambeth, South London. We chatted daily, all day and all night, and after about a week we met up. I went to his. He said he lived on his own, but when I arrived I noticed he lived in a family home, and he snuck me up into his bedroom. I thought it was cute. It reminded me of being young again, when you would sneak into your boyfriends past the mum and everybody else. Or in my case, I used to sneak my boyfriend into my room. Anyway, we sat and smoked weed in his room. It was nice. And after about another week, he was like, let's make it official. I really like you, so come off Puff, which is Plenty of Fish, and I will too. So I was like, okay, I really liked him, but he kept going on about having anxiety and not wanting to go out. So all we did was just sit in his smoking weed. He was a roofer and he even complained about working. He was really turning into a bit of a moaning Mitch. After about 2 weeks, he starts going on about, let's go into business together, let's buy a van and do deliveries. I work in the city as a secretary for a law firm. I certainly was not going to give that up to be no ride or die for a van driver dropping off parcels. So after sulking for the next hour, as I wouldn't fund his van business, he kept dropping hints about wanting a new jacket. But with no work due to the weather, me like a dope, I was like, oh, okay, maybe we could go shopping. And I thought, you know what, get us out of the house. And he was like, no, I can't, I get anxiety. Why don't you go? Send me photos of coats. I trust you to make the decision to pick coats that I'd like. So off I went to look at clothes, taking in photos and sending them to him. He finally decides on a jacket, which was £200. Yes, I brought him a £200 jacket after officially dating for about 2 weeks. I saw it as an investment. After a month of dating, he then wanted a pair of trainers, money for a dog and a tracksuit, but never wanted to leave his bedroom due to anxiety. So I went out and purchased clothes for him as I saw it as an investment. How can this be an investment? The dude don't even leave his bedroom. Oh my God. He then said it was his nephew's birthday coming up and we were invited to a party. I was so excited as I wanted to meet his family and some of his friends. He asked me if I could buy his nephew a present. And on my lunch break, I went and purchased a West Ham kit and some trainers. When it came to the actual day of the party, he cancelled on me and said he was too ill with anxiety to go. But could I come round and leave the present, as he would get someone to collect it later and drop it off? So later on that night, I drive past and his light is not on. So I just assume he's asleep. So I ring his phone and I find out that he's at the party and he didn't even bother to tell me. I started to get really pissed off and started shouting at him down the phone. So I hung up and didn't speak to him for like 2 days. He asked me to come round and meet him a couple of nights later, where he starts to suggest that we try for a baby. Neither of us have kids. He even offered to be a stay-at-home dad. My mates were like, get rid of this guy. He is an absolute bum. Who on earth suggests a kid after a month of dating? But I thought it was sweet. My friends were concerned, and at no point did I have any concerns. I continued to fund this guy until one night he literally said to me, I am your gigolo. I give you good sex and you buy me nice things. It was only at that moment that I realised it was a transactional relationship and he never actually liked me. I shouldn't even be laughing. I should have walked out with my head held high and taken all my stuff, but I didn't. And a week later, he ghosted me. I went round to the house and he had moved out. I confronted his mum, and she wasn't even his mum. It was his mate's mum. He'd been staying there as his wife had kicked him out a month earlier, but he had moved back in as she was due to give birth and he had to help with their son.